Namaste, good morning, and welcome to your yoga practice today. This morning, I just wanted to bring up the saying by Helen Keller that I read this week, and possibly you got an invitation to Wednesday's class and you've read it, but it really was powerful for me. And the sentiment is, optimism is the faith that leads to accomplishment. And nothing can really be accomplished without hope. So we all know that. We're all so aware of these things, but sometimes we just forget them. So it's always good to remind yourself to continue being optimistic. And it reminded me of a time also when I was a child, because I'm home now, I'm in Pennsylvania, that there was a kind of a campaign going on when I was a kid, and it was called Up With People. And it was like up with people, and you meet them wherever you go. And I think now, during this summer of love, that we should be thinking about that, how important people are and the good things about them. And that's what'll keep us optimistic. So try to let go of any of those bad thoughts that you have about other people or about yourself. Helps the whole world. It helps everyone. So today we'll be practicing a little bit more focused on the physical body for travelers, people that are traveling or driving places or in their cars a lot. We're doing a lot more sitting, and everybody's getting a little bit more sedentary. So I'll be focusing on opening up the front body today and working on a little bit more postures for the legs that'll help strengthen your legs. So we'll begin our practice today the way we always do. We'll start out by centering. And our pranayama today is going to be the ha breath. So if you've been out on the rooftop, maybe you've already practiced the ha breath. If not, I'd just like to demonstrate one time to remind you of what it is. It's in a standing position. It's in a standing position, but this breath does warm the body. And I know it's summertime, but it sends energy through the whole body. So it's like this: you inhale, and then you inhale your arms out to the side, and then you inhale up to the top again, and then you exhale and hinge forward, and ha, you have to say ha, okay? So you inhale up, out, up, ha. So it's inhale, 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 exhale, inhale, 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 exhale, inhale, 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 exhale. Okay, keep going, just keep doing that. And as you're doing this, if you're feeling really open today, you may want to squat down a little deeper so your fingertips almost touch the ground. And you also may want to back it off a little bit and just use your arms gently. But everybody's going to do their own practice today, okay? So let's think about it. Inhale, 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 ha. Inhale, 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 ha. Inhale, 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 ha. I know it's some time, but it's only going to be about 2 minutes. Just keep going as long as you can. Ha. 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 One more time, one more round. Ha. Bring your arms up over your head. Bring the palms right down the center line, and bring the heart up into your palms. Close your eyes down for a moment and just notice your breath. Maybe now you can notice any sensations on the skin or in the body. And now take a moment to remind yourself of your own intention, whatever your intention is for your practice today. And when you bring that to mind, it'll make your practice even more potent. And now, nice and easy, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Namaste. So let's just release the arms a little bit. Let the arms release down. And we'll just move right into our first standing poses and a little bit of joint freeing, a joint freeing series. So from here, just step your foot forward, 1 foot forward, and you'll just roll right over the tops of the toes. Just roll right over the tops of the toes. And then you can exhale and release the foot back down. And then inhale and lift up on the foot. So you're lifting up on the arch. So you want to feel the arch kind of lengthening a little bit on the back of the foot, and press down on the balls of the feet. And then release that back down. And then let's do that one more time. Just roll over the tops of the toes until you feel it in the dome of the foot. This is really good if you're going to be driving for longer distances and you're pressing on the gas pedal. And then drop the foot back down and inhale, and you'll lift up, lift the heel up. And then just roll over all of the toes. So roll over from the big toe to the small toe, and then keep that movement going. Take a look down at your own foot. Make sure that you're creating that perfect circle with your foot. This is good for the ankle. So now in the opposite direction. And if you go in the opposite direction, we'll just keep rolling over the toes. But now you're rolling from the small toe to the big toes. And just place the foot back down. So when you place your foot back down, you should notice now how that foot feels a little bit more stable than the other one. So let's go to the other side. And now on the other side, you may be doing the side that you don't favor, because usually we do that. So give it another breath, feel it in the dome of the foot, and then press the foot back down, and then you'll lift the heel up. And when you lift the heel up, you want to sort of get a sensation in your arch, in the arch of your foot. And then you can place the foot back down. And then we'll roll over the tops of the toes again till you feel it in the dome of the foot. And then put the foot back down flat and lift up. So you can lift up and feel it in the arch of the foot. Fan out your toes as much as you can also. And then release the foot back down. And now we'll roll over the tops of the toes from the big toe to the little toe, and then over the ball of the foot. So you're making those circles all the way with the front of the foot. This comes in handy if you're going to do any hiking too. And I guess we're all doing more things outdoors, like walking and hiking and things like that this summer. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. And then placing both of the feet down. Both of the feet are flat now. You should feel pretty stable there. Just bring your hands closer to your knees, bend your knees a little bit, and we'll start making some soft circles with the knees. So now as you're moving the knees around in the soft circle, try to connect your breath, because that's a big part of your yoga practice. Keep in mind This is your time right now. So don't let mine take you away. And now we'll go in the opposite direction. So just moving in the opposite direction now. And then just take a moment, slide your hands up. And as you slide your hands up, try to get the hands a little bit closer to the tops of your thighs. When you have the hands closer to the tops of the thighs, just gently press your thigh bones back, as if you could imagine the thigh bones being pressed back. And then you'll reach through the crown of your head and draw the elbows in and focus on your breath now. Okay, so really breathing deep, take a moment. If it's your first forward fold of the day, really allow some time for the body and the mind to connect. So deepen your breath, just full expansive breathing. That's all. Think about the breath being big, slow, and deep. On the next exhale, you can bend your knees slightly and we'll roll up slowly. So just roll all the way up slowly. And as you roll up slowly, release your arms down to the side. As you bring your arms down to the side, we'll turn the palms up, bring the arms up over your head, and just hold on to either elbow. So as you're holding on to either elbow, on the next exhale, you can drop the elbows over towards your left side and open up at the heart. Try to keep your rib cage lifting away from your waist and really deepen the breath, okay? Try to move inside if you can. Think about the rib cage, where it is in your body and how you're expanding those muscles around it. And then you can inhale and we'll come back to the center. And on the exhale, release the arms down slowly. Start reaching from your shoulders to your elbows to your wrists to your fingertips. And then on the exhale, you can bend both of the knees. Inhale, and we'll cross the arms over the opposite way. So switch your arms, inhale and lift up. And then on the exhale, just slightly tilt over towards your right side and press down on the outer edge of your left foot. Really breathing deep this morning. Try to take in a lot of prana. That's a lot of energy in your body. And then inhale, and we'll come back to the center again. Extend the arms way up over your head. Take a look up at your palms and fan out your fingers as wide as you can. Now turn the palms out, and on the exhale, start reaching from your shoulders to your elbows to your wrists to the fingertips. Exhale and bend your knees slightly. Inhale, the arms come up over the head, let your palms touch, and then bring the palms right to the center line, right to the heart center, and lift your heart up into the palms. So when you're in Pranamasana or this prayer pose, can you press your palms together a little bit more and just let the fingertips barely touch? So in this posture, your palms are pressing, not the whole hand. Just let the palms press together, and that'll kind of bring your shoulder blades a little bit closer together. So bring your shoulder blades together, the heart opens, and then on the exhale, release the arms down to the side. And now very gently, just roll your shoulders forward all the way up towards your ears. Draw the shoulder blades together, and then bring the shoulder blades all the way down the back. So bring that into your breath now. Inhale as you roll forward and up, and exhale as you release back and down. And just do a couple of those. And now we're going to move right into the cat-cow posture from a standing position. So You'll place your hands on the thighs again or on your legs somewhere, and then just put in a partial squat if you can. Like bring your hips down slightly so your tailbone is drawing back more than down. So you're drawing back more than down. And then inhale, lift up through the crown of the head. On the next exhale, engage your abdomen, draw it way in, and then arch your back so that the upper back, you open up your shoulder blades and let your head and neck drop down. And now you'll inhale and lift all the way up through the heart center and separate your collarbones and take a look up. So you're going to look up now with the heart center open. Now, when you're ready, you'll exhale and roll the shoulder blades away from each other. When you engage your abdomen, you draw the navel in and up towards your heart. On the inhale, you feel the breath in the abdomen, the rib cage, and the chest, and then take a look up. Okay, so just do a few of those on your own now and try to connect with your own breath. You might even start to feel a little warmth in your legs or a little bit of heat in the legs, but keep focused on the spine and making that movement of the spine. So there's a lot of the body that has to move when you make these simple postures. So try to stay connected with your breath and keep that movement going. Happy Saturday. And now slowly we'll roll all the way back up. And as you roll back up, just roll your shoulders back and down. And now we'll just move to the front of the mat. So when you come to the front of your mat, just make sure that you have a few inches right in front of the mat. And then on the inhale, we'll bring the arms up over the head. So bring your arms all the way up over the head. On the next exhale, see if you can bend your knees slightly, bring the arms out to the side, and just reach into that forward fold position like you're swan diving down. Then you can bring your fingertips down to the floor. Inhale, and we'll bring that right leg back. So when you bring your right leg back, we'll drop the right knee down. As you drop your right knee down, just open up at the heart center. Try to open up the collarbones and just notice any sensation at all in the front of the thigh or the quadriceps muscles, because especially if you've been driving a lot or you've been sitting a lot, you want to open up the front body. So curl your toe, and if you can reach the leg back a little bit more, go ahead. If it doesn't feel so good, stay right where you are. Just doing your own practice. Take a deeper breath. Try to keep your spine long without any abnormal curves in it. On the next exhale, curl your toe under, and then inhale, and we'll bring the left leg back, and then just drop both of your knees down, separate your knees really wide, and then draw the hips back. So as you're drawing your hips back, walk your hands forward and try to externally rotate your shoulders. What I mean by that is separating your shoulder blades. Keep reaching through the crown of your head and deepen your breath. Let the heart center sink down. Inhale, and we'll float the torso back up. Bring the knees together, bring your arms back. Inhale, and we'll bring that right foot forward. So when you bring your right foot forward, line up the ankle and the knee, and then curl your toe under and see if you can bring your left knee back a little bit more. So just until you'll feel it in the top of the thigh. So keep paying attention to any sensations in the leg and the knee, and make sure the top of your foot is flat on the mat. Full breath. Now on the next exhale, just curl your left toe under, and then inhale, and we'll bring the right leg back. And this time we're going to come right up into our downward facing dog posture. So when you come into your down dog, bend your knees and draw the hips back slightly. And then you can bend one knee and then the other, one knee and then the other. Everybody feels different this morning, I'm sure. So just do the practice that feels good to you. Try to really focus on your breath. On the next exhale, we'll bend both knees, draw the hips back, and then draw the heels back. Inhale and start lunging forward like you're going to come forward into your plank. And on the exhale, you'll drop your knees down. And then just draw your hips back again. So bring your hips back. This time we'll sway from side to side. And then on the inhale, float your torso up and bring that left foot forward again. So now you're bringing your left foot forward. And we're going to continue warming up the legs. So if you want to go back into that other posture, into the low lunge, you can. Just draw your right knee back. If that feels comfortable to you now, and you want to move to the next part of the posture, you can curl your toe under and just pop the knee up off of the ground. So it just depends on where you are this morning, how you're feeling. If you'd rather keep the knee down, you can. If you want to move right into your high lunge, go ahead. But everybody's focused on keeping these shoulders back away from the ears so you can open up at the heart center. Full breath. You could be using blocks if you need blocks. Any kind of props are great. And then on the exhale, just drop that right knee down. And this time we're going to walk the left hip back. So both hips are coming back, heel on the left side, open up at the heart center. And just feel any opening in the back of the leg. Maybe it's underneath the knee, maybe it's in the calf. And then on the exhale, you can just walk your hands forward again. As you bring the hands forward, just bring your left knee back and then draw both hips back. Sway your hips from side to side. And on the inhale, we'll float the torso back up. Now bring your right foot forward. And as you bring your right foot forward, one more time, bring your shoulders away from your ears. And then if all of that feels okay and you want to walk your knee back, you will walk the knee back until you feel it in the quadriceps. And if you want to stay there, you can with the top of your foot down, or you can curl your toe under and pop right up into your high lunge. So if you feel like challenging yourself today, you can. If you want to nurture yourself today, you can too. It's all up to you. Every choice. Take a deep breath. Try to keep your gaze slightly forward and slightly down so it keeps your spine long. My head's up all the time, but I want you to keep your spine long. Full breath. And then on the exhale, we'll just drop the left knee down, bring the right knee back. Oh, so I'm sorry, guys. Let's switch that. You're going to walk back now. Drop the knee down and walk back so that you can open up the whole right leg on the lower part of the leg. Deep breath. Might feel that one a little more. And then we'll walk the foot forward, come forward. And then just bring your right knee back and separate your knees really wide so that your toes can touch. And then we'll walk backwards. And as you sway your hips from side to side, your heart center sink down. You can let the head and neck release. And then on the inhale, we'll float the torso back up, bring the knees together, and we're gonna stay right here in these lunge positions. So let's start out by bringing that left foot forward one more time. Bring your left foot forward. Inhale and lift your torso up. So as you lift your torso up, if that's feeling okay to you, if all of that feels okay, you can leave the leg right where it is. If you want a little bit more, you can curl the toe under and walk the knee back. If you want to experiment even more, just let your hips sink down. So let the hips sink down. And then bring your palms to the heart center, like you're in prayer pose. Remember, you're pressing into your palms, not so much the fingertips. And then on the exhale, you'll just turn towards the bent knee. And if it feels okay, you can stay there. If you want a little bit more, you can bring the outer edge of your elbow towards the outside of the knee, pressing your palms together, just the palm. Deepen your breath. And as you're moving into this twist, remember that you're focused on your breath. And if all of that feels okay to you, and you want to curl the toe under and pop the knee up off of the ground, you can do that and press through the heel. Otherwise, you'll just keep the knee down there. Just enjoy the practice, whatever part it is. Just enjoy the breathing. And then wherever you are, if you want to drop your knee down or if it's already down, you'll unravel your spine. So just unravel the spine slowly. Coming out is just as important as going in. Exhale, and you can bring your hands down and then draw your left knee back, separate the knees wide, and draw your hips all the way back. Sway from side to side. Inhale and float the torso up. Walk your knees back together. And now we'll bring the right knee forward. So when you bring your right foot forward, you'll inhale and lift up on the torso. And as you lift up on your torso, just notice how that feels. If you're not feeling anything in the quadriceps on the left leg, curl the toe under and walk the knee back a little bit more. Take a deeper breath. Now let your hips sink down. Just think about releasing the hips instead of tightening them. Try to just, let me release now, just for a moment. Really deep breath. Bring the palms together at the heart center. Lift your heart up into your palms. And then slowly, we'll revolve the spine towards the bent knee. And that might be enough today. That might be all you want to do this morning. It's early practice. If you want a little more, you can bring the outer edge of your elbow towards the outer edge of the knee. Press the palms together and breathe. Just breathe for a moment. This is a beautiful twist posture. Really opens up the spine, opens up the side body, massages your internal organs. If you want to work a little bit more on your legs, you can curl the toe under, inhale, and lift the knee up off of the ground where it was planted and reach through the back heel and breathe. Whatever posture you're in today, just remember this is about you. So try to focus on your breath, your body. And then on the exhale, we'll just drop that knee down, let the knee come down, and then slowly, slowly revolve back to the center. And then bring your arms down to the side. Coming out of this lunge posture, just bring your right knee back and then exhale and we'll slide back. Now take a moment now just to breathe and think about how your legs are feeling. How do the legs feel now? You're feeling a little bit more power maybe in the legs. If you want to cross your forearms over, you can let the head drop down for a moment. And just feel the body expand with the breath. Inhale and we'll float the torso up again. Walk your hands forward, okay? We're gonna stick with these lunges, okay? So everybody's doing really well so far. Stay with me. And then we'll inhale and bring that left foot forward. So when you bring your left foot forward this time, curl the right toe under. If you can, curl the right toe under. And as you curl the right toe under, you're extending back into your high lunge position. And remember, if it's not working, you can always stay in the low lunge, okay? But from this high lunge position where we are, we're gonna move right into our side angle pose, okay? So you'll find it easier to come from the ground up than it is usually to move down into a position. So from here, in a side angle pose, all you do is put your back foot at a 45-degree angle, and then you'll lift your torso up, okay? So you just open up into your side angle pose and look to see if your knee and your ankle are in alignment. A little bit easier than the other way, right? So now make sure that you're not dropping down into your shoulder. We'll inhale and lift the top arm up and just reach towards that space where the ceiling and the wall meet. Press down through the outer edge of your back foot. Everybody take a really deep breath. And inhale, and we'll lift the arm up high and then release it all the way back down. As you release the arm down, bring your arm back down to your mat. Rotate your hips. And then nice and easy, we'll bring this left leg back and then move right into your downward facing dog. Yeah, so in this down dog, we're gonna use it actually like it's a resting pose. Just bend one knee and then the other, bend one knee and then the other. Nice full breath. And now just lunging forward. As you start coming forward on the exhale, you'll drop both of the knees down. And as you drop both of your knees down, we'll just inhale and bring that right foot forward. So now you're bringing your right foot forward. And then drawing the shoulders back. And as you draw your shoulders back, you can curl the toe under, inhale, and lift up off of the knee. Okay, so just draw your shoulder blades apart from each other and the shoulders away from the ears. And remember how we did this now, okay? So you're facing the other direction now, but if you can, just press the outer edge of your back foot down at about a 45-degree angle. Inhale, and you'll float your torso up. And as you float your torso up, now you want to open up your whole side body. So make sure that you're not dropping down into your shoulder, because your forearm, you could be using your forearm on your thigh. And we'll move into this simple side angle pose from the ground. Take a deep breath. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling, the place where the ceiling and the wall meet. Everybody take a deep breath. Open up at the heart. Yes. Whole side body opening. This feels really good, especially if you have any curvatures of your spine or lordosis. It's really feeling good on the side body. And then on the exhale, you can release the arm down, let the arm come down and all the way around one time. Let the arm come all the way around one time. And then just bring your hand back down, rotate your hips down, drop your left knee down, bring your right knee back. And then on the exhale, this time we'll move right into frog pose. So separate your knees really wide, draw your hips back, and let your heart center sink down. Inhale, and we'll float the hips up. Walk your knees together. Bring your right foot forward and then your left foot forward. Exhale, and we'll fold forward. Bend both of your knees. Inhale, inhale, inhale the whole way up. Bring your palms right up over the top of the head. Lift up on the heart center and press through your feet. Just press down through your feet. So while you're in this posture, you don't really have to bend backwards yet, but just keep creating length in your spine. Make your spine really long on this one. Deep breath. And then on the exhale, release the arms down to the side. When you release your arms down to the side, clasp your hands behind you, and one more opening up of the heart center. Press through the outer edges of your feet first, then engage your abdomen and lift the navel up towards the sternum. Open up at the heart center. Even your armpits should feel like they're more open now. Now you can bring your hands to your waist, and on the inhale, just bring your right foot one giant step back. As you bring your right foot back, let's shift forward as much as you can. And then on the exhale, you can sink your front knee down. So as you sink your front knee down, and it seems like you're going to lunge forward, keep drawing back and forth a few times to open up your back leg, make a little more room, step through the outer edge of your back foot, outer edge of the front foot. Inhale and bring the arms up over the head in your warrior one posture, full breath. And as you're breathing deeply in your warrior one posture, shift all the weight into your left foot. And then on the exhale, we'll just keep bringing the right foot right up. So the right foot comes all the way up, and then press through your heel, full deep breath. Try to let the heart sink down if you can. Warrior three pose. On the next inhale, just bring your right leg back. When you bring your right leg back, the arms will come up over your head. Tilt back slightly. And then bring the palms to the heart center. Lift your heart up into the palms. And then gently, we'll bring the right foot forward. Exhale and release the arms down to the side. Now bring your hands to the waist. On the next inhale, let's bring the left leg back. So when you bring your left leg back, make sure that you're shifting your hips forward. And then when you bend your front knee, you want the front knee to be externally rotated. So try to get that sensation. Lift up on the back heel and then drop back down. So just do that a couple of times. And then take your time, and on the inhale, we'll lift the arms up over the head. So as you're reaching your arms up over the head, remember you just did all of those lunges so you could let your hips sink down. And on the next inhale, just bringing all the weight to your right foot, let's shift forward. And as you start moving forward, reaching through your fingertips, lifting that left heel, press the heel back. And as you're pressing your heel back, shifting the weight into the right leg, really straighten out the right leg. Everybody's breathing deep, full breaths. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. On the exhale, release the leg back. Inhale, the arms come up over the head. Open up at the heart center. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1 is a posture of victory, feeling victorious and really optimistic. Exhale and bring your palms down to the heart center, all the weight into your right foot, and we'll step the left foot forward. Exhale and release the arms down to the side. You bring your hands to your side. Let's bring the hands up to the waist. Inhale, and we'll bring the right leg one giant step back. So when you bring your right leg back, we're going to turn right out to the right this time. And as you turn out to the right, let's just exhale and drop that front knee down. Okay, so you're dropping your front knee down. We're preparing for our Warrior 2 posture. So as you come into Warrior 2 posture, make sure you have at least 3.5 feet between your legs, and then press down on the outer edge of your back foot. Bring your arms out in front. And when you bring your arms out in front, see if you can find that center line. And from your center line, extend the arms out, creating a whole lot of space around yourself. Make a lot of room. You need a lot of room in this life. So extend your fingertips in both directions, and then you can turn and look out towards the horizon. Full breath. Let your hips sink down. Drop your right arm down. Inhale, lift the left arm up over the top of the head, moving into your dancing warrior. Feel the joy of that dancing warrior. Full breath, the whole side body's opening up. All those internal organs are getting oxygenated. Exhale, and you'll release the arm down. As you release the arm down, let's turn forward. And as you move forward in your posture now, just bring your hands to the waist. Make sure both feet are facing out at about 45-degree angles. And on the exhale, you can bend both of your knees. And as you're bending your knees and you're moving into a squat, just rock from side to side and maybe make a little bit of opening in the hip area, the hip joints. Try to lift the sternum, open up at the heart. And then if you're ready and if you like, you can exhale and move down a little bit more, sink down, or you can stay up higher. It doesn't matter. Inhale, bring the arms up over the head. On the exhale, bring the elbows down so the elbows and the shoulders are in alignment. Deepen your breath. Now in your God or goddess pose and in this stance, open up at the heart and bring all of your attention to the center of your eyebrows. Feel the lightness there. And then on the inhale, float the palms up. And as you're floating your palm up, separate your arms a little bit wider in this 5-pointed star. As you're looking up or gazing upward, maybe you can bring to mind anything at all that you want to be grateful for today. Thinking optimistically. On the exhale, you can release your arms down. So as you release your arms down, let's slowly walk the feet back together. And as we walk the feet back together, we'll move into one more standing posture to strengthen the legs. So bring your palms together at the heart center. And on the exhale, you'll just sink the knees down and you'll come into your chair pose. So when you come into Uttanasana or chair pose, make sure that you can see your toes. So if your knees drop way over your toes, you've got to draw your tailbone back to make the right angle in your spine. So keep drawing the tailbone back, press through the outer edges of your feet, really deepen your breath, okay? So try to stay in that position where you're drawing the tailbone back and down, not just down. So focus on your breath now. And if that all feels okay to you, if that feels all right, you can inhale and bring your arms up over your head. If you want to stay in the other position, you can. And sometimes even reaching your arms forward feels good because you can get that energy to draw your tailbone back then. So whichever one you want, just breathe deep. Now press through both of the feet. Inhale, inhale, inhale the whole way up. Bring the palms out to the side. Exhale, cross your arms over. Inhale, the arms come up over your head. Your palms touch. Bring the palms right down to the heart center. Close your eyes down for a moment and breathe deeply right into the middle of the rib cage. And while you're there, remember you're thinking optimistically. And this is what will lead to all of your achievements. On the next exhale, release the arms down to the side. To release your arms down to the side, bring your hands to the waist and let's separate the legs wide again. So as you're separating your legs wide apart from each other, on the next exhale, we're just going to turn that right foot all the way out and press down on the outer edge of the left foot. On the exhale, drop your left knee down. So as you're dropping your left knee down and we're moving into our warrior two stance, cross your arms over in the front and lift up on the sternum. So as you inhale and extend your arms out from the midline, it helps you to stay in the middle so that you're not going too far forward or thinking too much about your future or moving too far back and thinking too much about the past, but keeping you right here centered. Turn and look out towards the horizon. And as you're looking out towards the horizon, bring to mind your intention now. Whatever your intention is today or maybe for the rest of the year. And now on the next exhale, release the back arm down. Inhale, you'll lift your right arm up and over the head, moving into your dancing warrior. Feel that joy. Feel your whole side body open. Let the whole side body open up. It's an easy posture to smile in, so you can smile. And then on the exhale, just release the top arm down. And as you bring the arm down, we're going to windmill both arms down. So just windmill both of your arms down. And then you can bring your right leg back. And on the exhale, we'll push all the way back, moving into our downward facing dog pose. And from the downward dog pose, draw your shoulder blades away from each other. Everybody keep breathing, full deep breaths. And then on the exhale, you'll just drop down the knees towards the floor and draw the hips back. So as you draw your hips back and you move into your extended child pose, you have an opportunity now to either cross your arms, forearms over and let your head rest down, or you can keep your arms long and let your heart center sink down, whichever one you like. Everybody keep breathing, full deep breaths. Stay in your extended child pose for a moment. And then on the inhale, we'll float the torso up. So when you bring your torso up now, we're just going to come down onto the back and we're going to move into the opposite of what we usually do now. Now we usually move into Navasana or a boat pose or something for the abdominal region, but now we're going to come down onto the floor so that your abdomen's on the floor. And as you have the abdominals down on the floor, then you can keep your elbows bent for a moment. So you're in your Sphinx pose. And from the Sphinx pose, I'm going to ask you to even bring the body down lower. So now you'll actually place your chest and your head down onto the floor and turn and look towards your monitor. So you have your head down on the floor, and then you'll just bring both arms down to the side. So when you have both arms down to your side, I want you to turn your palms in towards your thigh. Both palms are turned in. Now just think about this triangle of your pelvic points and the pubic eminence. And think about that triangle of your body and just rock from side to side on the hips. Now bring your attention to your back body and just engage your buttocks. Engage the buttocks and then draw the direction that you're turned or looking in. Draw that leg down long. Make sure it's really long. So start by curling the toe under and flexing through the heel, and then extending by pointing your toe. And then on the next inhale, you'll just lift that leg up. So it's got to be long first, and then you can lift the leg. Take a deep breath. Exhale and release the leg back down. Now go to the opposite side, and you'll turn your head in the opposite direction. So as you turn your head in the opposite direction, you'll first curl that toe under, whatever way you're facing, curl that toe under, flex through your heel. And then point the toe and elongate the leg even more. Make your leg even longer, like somebody was holding onto your ankles and drawing your leg back. And then on the inhale, you'll lift that leg up. So it's only after you create the length in your leg that you'll be able to lift it up and breathe deep. Now on the exhale, you can release the leg back down. So now we're going to focus on the arms. So if you can, you'll bring your chin to the center. So the chin is right in the center and the head is facing forward. And then on the next inhale, I want you to focus on both of your arms and just let the arms draw back towards your outer ankles. So the arms are coming back towards the outer ankles. The fingertips are long, the arms are long. Now focused on the navel, draw the navel up towards the throat and just allow the torso to come up. So keep reaching through your fingertips like you're reaching your fingertips towards the outer ankles. Full breath. And then on the exhale, you'll just release the torso down. As you bring your torso down, just relax for a moment and really deepen your breath. Let everything go. Let your shoulders go. Let the hips go. And now we're going to bring everything together. So bring your chin back to the center. Find that triangle of your pelvic points and the pubic eminence and engage your buttocks. And as you engage your buttocks, start drawing your tailbone down towards your inner ankles and reaching so much so through your legs that it almost feels like they want to come up off the floor. Let them come up off of the floor. Inhale, lift from the navel to the throat. Extend your fingertips back. And while you're drawing your fingertips back, you're reaching towards the outer ankles. Everybody take a deep breath. And on the exhale, just release the legs down. You'll release the whole body back down. Close your eyes down. Take a deep breath. Now slowly bring your palms up so that the hands are underneath the rib cage. On the inhale, you'll float your torso up and then just draw your hips back. And as you're drawing your hips back, inhale and lift up on the torso. And as you lift up on your torso, let's bring the legs straight out. So you're going to extend your legs out. And as you're reaching your legs out, you're just moving into your Dandasana or staff pose. And then you can bring your hands to the side. And on the exhale, let's bend the right knee and the left knee. And then draw the hips down towards the ankles. And now you can come back down onto your back, just one vertebra at a time. So take your time as you come back down. And find your shoulder blades. Notice where the shoulder blades are. On the exhale, you can draw the knees in towards the chest. As you bring the knees in towards the chest, bring your arms out to the side. And then on the exhale, drop your knees over towards your left elbow. And as the knees come down, if it happens easily, you can hold on to the sides of the knees and give yourself some support, or you can just let the knees drop all the way down. But try to keep your right shoulder on the floor. So with your right shoulder on the floor, you can turn and look out towards the left. Really breathe into that rib cage so you feel like you're breathing your first breath today. And then on the exhale, bring the knees back together. Find the middle of your mat. Extend your arms out to the side and drop your knees over towards the right elbow. And as you're dropping the knees over towards the right elbow, try to keep your left shoulder down on the floor. So the left shoulder's down on the floor. Breathing deeply into the left rib cage. And then on the next exhale, just draw your knees together, draw the knees into your chest, and we'll place the soles of the feet down flat on the mat. So to bring the soles of your feet down, if you can, draw your shoulders down and draw the shoulder blades down your back. Press into the soles of your feet. Press your palms down. And then on the inhale, we'll float the hips up. So as you bring your hips up, if that feels comfortable to you, you can clasp your hands underneath the buttocks and then walk your right shoulder under and your left shoulder under. And if all of that feels okay, press through your feet one more time. Inhale and float the hips up a little bit higher. As you move into your bridge pose, try to relax the throat, relax your throat, and breathe into the chest. Keep your knees together. And on the exhale, we'll just come back down one vertebra at a time, one little notch at a time, noticing your whole back body is grounded to the earth, feeling a part of the earth. And then if you need to, you can sway your knees from side to side. Extend your right leg down and then your left leg down, your right arm down and your left arm down. And just take a moment now for Shavasana, this posture of integration. So staying on the floor, just stay on the floor. And while you're there, just start to relax the arms and the legs. Just let your whole body relax. And then we'll take a nice deep breath. So as you take your deep, full breath on the exhale, let it splay out through your fingertips and your toes. Give your body the signal now that you're just coming down for a moment. You're just going to come down for a moment. Relax the forehead. Relax the eyebrows and the corners of the eyes. Relax the cheeks and the jaw. And let there be space between the teeth. As the body relaxes, the mind relaxes. And as the mind relaxes, the body relaxes. So just allow this time for yourself. Relax the upper back, the middle back, and the low back. And now shift the attention to your heart and relax your heart, because your heart's been really working hard for you. And while you're there, try to let go of any negative emotions you might have for yourself, for anyone else. And just really feel a love for yourself. And then you can project that love, that joy, and that optimistic behavior to everyone around you. And now, nice and easy, just rock your head from side to side. You can reach your arms up over your head and give yourself a nice long stretch. Exhale, you can just draw the knees together. And as you're bringing your knees together, you can draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a good hug. Acknowledge yourself. And then just roll over towards your right side. And we'll come back up into a comfortable seated position. And as you come back into your comfortable seat, just try to keep your gaze slightly downward for a moment. And one final time, draw the tailbone down and lift up on the sternum. And we'll bring the palms together at the heart center. Lift your heart up into the palms. And we'll close our practice today with the greeting of Namaste. My internal light respects your internal light. Namaste. Shanti, that means peace. Namaste.